We're finally there. We're gonna build his PC. And in this video, we're gonna show you how.
I've been waiting a long time for this, Di. I'm Paul, this is Diane, we're the PC Zombies, and we're finally gonna build this PC. I need it so bad for video editing.
You do, yay!
And I've been taking a lot of time to make sure everyone sees every step of all the thinking on purchasing and everything else. It all comes together today. Let's get started, Di.
All right, what's the first step?
First step is you pull together the parts you're gonna be building with. And if you watch our original video called 3 Tricks to Buying Parts for a New PC. Now, that video and anything else I mentioned on the show today, I'll have links to in the description. Just click on it, you know, like any parts I talk about or any tools or any videos. But that particular video is what really drives the first thing I do when I build a PC. Look at that look. Am I boring you?
No, I'm so excited.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing we do is we buy just the parts that we need for Hello World. Now here's what that's about. The last 2 PCs I built, one had a bad motherboard, one had bad memory. By the time I got the motherboard exchanged for a new one or the memory exchanged for a new one, the return window had closed on all the other parts. Then we're crossing our fingers and hoping, gee, this better work.
Yeah.
Or else we're gonna be down to warranty. Warranty isn't bad, but return window's even better if you can get it. This time we're gonna build Hello World first. And the way you do that is you identify the key things that you need just to get your computer going, and you buy those parts only first. You actually decide all of the parts you need because everything has to be compatible. So figure it out what you're gonna buy, make sure you can get it, but only order and receive the parts that you need. Let me tell you all about the parts we got for the Hello World of this very high-end build. All right, Di?
All right.
All right, I'll start bringing the parts and setting them on the table.
All right.
Okay, the first thing we got is the Phanteks NV7 case. I'll show some pictures of it as well. What do you think about that? Oh,
It looks like a box to me.
here, I got you covered, Di.
It's a big box. They're sure making computers cheap nowadays.
Yeah, this is the new way of building computers now. What you do is you put all your motherboard and your memory and stuff in the box and you just shake it, and artificial intelligence puts it together, and then you just plug in your keyboard and away you go.
Shake and make.
Okay, so let me move that to the side and get the next part.
Okay.
The second thing is the ASUS ROG Z790 Formula motherboard, okay? We'll show some pictures over us of the actual case and the motherboard, but here's the box for it, and we're deboxing it later while we're using it.
Okay.
You comfortable over here?
Yeah. I can kick back.
Di, this is the thing that's been driving the build from the beginning. The i9-14900KS CPU. This is supposed to be a really fast CPU. This should be awesome. Next, Di, is the memory. We got the Dominator Titanium Corsair memory. This is the fast stuff. Remember we did all those timing spreadsheets on how to figure out which one's going to have the quickest fetch time? This is it. This is going to be fast. This is the power supply. The Corsair HX1500i. This can handle the power we need to overclock the graphics card, the CPU, and the memory. So we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna see what we can get out of it. Okay, Di, the next thing we're gonna need is some sort of hard drive for the OS. And what I do is I tend to buy one SSD that I use just for the OS and my applications. And I'll buy a bunch of other ones outside of Hello World that I could do and test later for my data. And those will be like 4 terabyte drives. But this 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro will be just fine for my OS and apps. Next, Windows. Now, there's 2 ways to buy Windows for a new computer. And I've made this mistake before. I used to always buy the OEM version. It's $50 cheaper. After you get it and you put it on your motherboard, remember I said I had a motherboard went bad once?
Right.
You return the motherboard, they send you a new refurbished one or something like that.
Right.
Your OS won't move, and Microsoft won't even entertain changing it. That's a hard fact. OEM versions of Microsoft Windows will key into whichever motherboard you put it on first, and it will never work on another one. That's a problem. So I just go ahead and pay the extra $50. Windows Pro 11, right here.
All right.
Okay, Di, here's something we didn't talk about in any video, but it's something I want to try. I haven't used it yet in any of my builds, but I like the concept a lot. This is the Thermal Grizzly contact frame for Intel 13th generation CPUs, and that works on ours as well. Now what this does is it clamps down on the CPU and helps hold it to the motherboard more evenly because it's hard on 4 sides as it comes down. The little springy thing you pull down that comes with the motherboard may or may not get all of those pins perfectly touching the way you want to. They usually do. I mean, I've never had a problem before, but I like this concept. So as the computer ages, there's never going to be some spring back or anything that's going to cause a warping, causing that the thing holding the CPU down to the motherboard from letting those pins stay permanently connected.
Oh, I love that.
And the last thing I got, Di, this is old, you've seen it before, we showed it on our cooling PC series. This is an air cooler. Now I've said over and over again on this build I'm going to use a custom water loop, and I am.
Yeah.
But a custom water loop takes a lot of time to build and get going. To get it all put together and then find out something doesn't work like your motherboard or memory is miserable. So what we're going to do is we're going to build it with this air cooling fan. We're not going to try to overclock it or go real fast, but we're going to make sure everything works as it is. And once we know it all works, then we'll start the custom water loop, okay? This is an ID-COOLING fan that works on 13th generation Intel CPU, so it'll work fine with ours. And that's the parts.
Oh, wow.
Now this gives you hello world. We'll take the motherboard, we'll install the CPU with the contact frame and the SSD and the memory. Then we'll drop that into the case and we'll hook up the fan to cool it. We'll put the power supply in the case and then we could turn it on. We'll use a non-OS to test it before I put the Windows 11 on it. And that's a memory tester I like to run. And you could do that without having Windows on the PC. Once I'm sure that the memory works with the motherboard and the case and everything's good, I'll put the Windows on. It will go on from there to build the full great computer we want.
Okay, my fingers are crossed. I have a feeling this is going to be great.
I think it's going to be fun and it's going to be really good.